Good evening, everyone, and I welcome you to the Africa Altar June webinar. Yes, so it's a very, very significant webinar. And as we all know, that today is a very special day. Yes, all over the world, we are celebrating fathers. Yes, so I would like to start this webinar by saying Happy Father's Day to every one of you, all the male teachers who have joined this webinar, and even to the women who have husbands, who have fathers. I'm sure we all have fathers, at least if not married to have a husband, you have a father, so whether late or still alive, my father is late, but at least I once had a father. And so now I still have father figures I look up to. So you are all welcome to this very special edition. And we have our speaker with us today, Mohammed, and he's ready to give us a lot of information concerning innovation in ELT. But before we do that, still we are celebrating Father's Day, and I have members of the PD crew who are going to share one or two opinions about Father's Day. Yes, we have Abel Ochika, and we also have Chris Liberty, who are going to be talking to us about Father's Day. So first of all, I would like to start with Abel. Abel, hello, Abel. So Abel is the Africa Elta PD assistant. And hello, Abel, are you there?
Yeah, hello, Blessing. Hello,
Okay,
everyone.
so
Good
happy
evening.
Father's Day to you, Abel. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
So,
you.
yes, so in few minutes, just tell us about how you feel being a father and also being a teacher, especially because it is mostly believed that the teaching profession is better for women. I don't know if anybody has, heard, such perspectives or come across people who say teaching should be for women. What's your opinion about this? Do you agree with that notion? Yeah, thank you, Abel.
Well, thank you very much. I believe the teaching profession is a calling, and it's a career, not just a job where you come in and get satisfied from the money or the visibility you get. You're satisfied more by the impact that you make in the lives of people. Just the way I was trained by other teachers, male teachers and female teachers as well. I believe that my work with my students and the community where I live and work is based on the impact that I have in their lives, and the opportunity to transform them and make them better citizens is what gives me the drive. So saying the teaching job is for the female folk, or that as a male teacher you are likely going to be looked down upon, I don't think that's a positive ideology to hold. So happy Father's Day to every male teacher out there who is giving his best to the community. Please keep up doing the good work. Teaching job is not only for the female folk, it's also for the male folk as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. So, for those who believe that teaching should be for women, at least you can see somebody like Abel, who is a teacher and a very successful one at that. And we have so many successful fathers who are also teachers. So I celebrate you all. And for the single men yet to be married, I will also call you a father because molding lives, raising the young ones, building the next generation. Those are the responsibilities of a father. So happy Father's Day to you too. Thank you, Abel, for that. Yeah, so moving on to Chris Liberty. Chris, how are you? Happy Father's Day to you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Blessing.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm going to ask you a question. Have you had a chance to choose? Would you probably prefer to remain a teacher, or would you rather choose a more lucrative occupation? Yes, let's hear what your opinion will be. I know that's something most people always look up to. Oh, teaching profession, the pay is low. So what's your opinion?
Wow. Okay. That's I didn't expect that.
Mhm.
But thank you so much for the opportunity, and also happy Father's Day to everyone else. I'm glad to be a proud father of one. Um, and I can tell you it's a very intrinsically rewarding venture. Well, not a business, but engagement. So I'm going to straight to the question. If I had a choice, well, I'll maybe speak directly that currently I am not in the traditional teaching business. I support students who are going to study abroad to improve their English so that they can sit IELTS before they travel to their destination countries for studies. So that may not be considered teaching, but if I had a choice, I would still choose to be a teacher. It's the most lucrative, but because it lasts, because it has everlasting impact. For those who are musicians, I know you may know Adele in one of her concerts when she was asked who has shaped her life most. If you've watched one of those clips, she didn't name an executive, a powerful person. She named her child English teacher, Miss McDonald. You can look up that clip and find it. She named her child English teacher because she introduced her to the love of literature. And for some of you who know Adele, she writes some of her songs. So she says the teacher planted seeds in her that have grown up to make her who she is now. So that kind of legacy is bigger than any amount of paycheck to be recognized by a star like Adele. Now, that may not happen to everyone, but shaping the lives, creating legacies for people is very, very powerful. So when you reflect on that example, you'd still choose to be a teacher. So even as a father, you have an opportunity of shaping a family, which is the first unit of the community. So it's also a very, very important role. So happy Father's Day. And we're grateful to be teachers shaping nations and creating legacies.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Steve, for that insightful talk that you just shared. Yes, so I would say there is no better profession than the teaching profession. Because I'm saying this, from my experience, at a point I actually tried something else. I couldn't last there for more than 2 months. I ran away. I had to come back to teaching. So that's my own personal experience. And just to mention about Chris saying he's a trainer for IELTS. You are a teacher, Chris. You are a teacher teaching English, for people who want to write the IELTS examination. So we are teachers. I'm always proud of being a teacher. Everywhere I go, I introduce myself as a teacher. So we are teachers and we are happy to be teachers. So happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. Congratulations to you and all our father figures, all our father role models who are shaping their lives, in the ELT field. Thank you so very much for all you do for us. So now back to our presenter for today. Yes, we are all here to listen to Mohammed Saif, and he is a very unique person, and I'm going to hand over now to Letitia, to read out his bio, and I'm sure you're going to discover his uniqueness by the time she reads his bio. Not only that, he has so much to say to us, and we have so much to learn from him. I'm always happy to learn from him. I've been through his webinars and training, more than twice now, and I can say that he's very excellent in what he does. So I hand over to you, Letitia, to take over reading and introducing her presenter for today. Thank you and welcome everybody.
Thank you so much, Blessing. Hello, everyone, and greetings from Ghana. I am happy to present to you our presenter for today. Mohammed Saif Aldin Hamza is a visually impaired yet deeply visionary educator, digital inclusion advocate, and English language specialist whose personal journey through both exclusive and inclusive learning environments has shaped his deep commitment to equity and accessibility. His experience as a blind teacher has not only fueled his passion for inclusive education, but also inspired countless others by proving that barriers can be transformed into bridges through vision, resilience, and innovation. Based in Sudan, he teaches English through more than 15 online platforms and institutions across the globe, using technology to break down barriers and build bridges of understanding. He also works with the English Language Development Association, that is ELDA or ELDA, the national body supporting Sudanese English language teachers, where he has delivered impactful presentations, both in person and online, contributing actively to the professional development of educators across the country. Since 2023, Mohammed has worked with the British Council as a presenter and facilitator, delivering workshops and inclusive learning sessions across Africa. He has completed 25 certified trainings, including 15 courses and 10 webinars through the Council's Professional Development Program, earning recognition as Member of the Month in November for his transformative work in digital inclusion. Mohammed's academic path includes advanced training from world-renowned institutions like MIT, Cambridge, IBM, and Yale, where he explored machine learning, ethical tech, digital pedagogy, and inclusive education. His mission is grounded in using assistive technology and AI to create learning spaces that are not only innovative, but deeply human and accessible to all. Today, he invites us to rethink what inclusive education means and how technology, when used wisely, can help every learner thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, our presenter for today, Mohammed. Thank you.
Oh my God, thank you very much for this amazing presentation. It's just much more me, and I wish that you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead, Mohammed. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
And I'm really happy to be here to talk about the things that I really like to talk about, of course, that is inclusivity, AI, and tech in general. Inclusive champion. So let's start by the first slide, um, which is setting the stage and giving us some idea about what we're going to talk about. Okay, so innovation in ELT, integrating AI tool for inclusive language learning. Okay, a little introduction here. Welcome to this ELTA Africa webinar, where the collective vision of English language educators we explore how artificial intelligence is transforming not just, listen, it's a very big statement. It's not just how we teach, but who gets to learn. So before this, I'd like to say that's a very important times, especially in ELTA, because we're going to be having the ELTA conference in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. For those of us who are sadly not going to be there, save us some videos and so on. But this is like it carries the title Innovation in ELT because everyone's talking about AI, and I know that you've heard lots of things about AI. What I'm going to share with you is not just scientific facts and so on. I'm just going to share with you my experience, how AI transformed. No, but a teacher and a teacher educator. Okay, today we explore how artificial intelligence is transforming, as I said, not just how we teach, but who gets to learn. Okay. These are the three themes: innovation, inclusion, and impact. Okay, now we have a personal story I'd like to tell you. Visually impaired. I relied on others to read for me school books, novels, exam materials. Okay, yeah, really, because I was born blind actually. I have to like get people to read for me, and I would listen. And by the way, that didn't stop me from being a good student. I was an honor student. I like when I entered school, some teachers suggested to my parents that I should go uh, to a specialized school for teaching people with visual impairment, and they that school was far away from us. So when I entered this school, I surprised the people because I got the full mark in every subject. So they said, let's revise that. So they brought me into the office. I didn't know, by the way, they interrupted my breakfast. I remember that as if it were yesterday. And they asked me the same questions, and I was wondering why they asked me the questions of the exam again. But this time I did even better because I revised, and of course I remembered the things that I could have done a little bit better with. So from this time, like they told me that you should bring your parents in, and I said like, why? Have I did anything? And they said, no, we just would like to talk with them. And they say that they told my parents I should go to study outside, but still they refused, and I'm very happy they did. So now let's continue. School books, novels, exam materials, you name it. My learning experience was often dictated by other people's availability. Yeah, as I said, because if people were ready to teach me, and by the way, my family is a very supportive family. They always, I don't know. Every time that I need support, okay, they would stop. Even my sisters will stop their studying in order to teach me. So let's continue. Yeah. So the next point we have is, yeah, at times I was eager to learn, but had no one to assist me. Other times, people were ready to help, but I wasn't in the right mental space to absorb anything. Okay, that was a personal journey in AI. Let's look at what happened. Everything changed with AI. Screen readers voice assistants, intelligent summarizers. Oh, I have a very beautiful story with intelligent summarizers. Okay, voice assistants, intelligent summarizers, and accessible digital platforms, I became an independent learner finally. In just a year and a half, I've earned 15 certificates from the British Council courses and total of 25 certificates from the British Council alone. Yeah, the other certificates were webinars. I also like to attend webinars. And by the way, I feel like I could have done much better, but we have some network issues sometimes. And I would like just to ask you a question that's not relevant, but can you still hear my voice from the beginning without any cutting?
Yeah, we can. Just a little breaks here and there, but good understanding of what you're saying. Yes. So the network issue could be general, but yeah, it's fine. Just go ahead.
Later, you know what? When I just would like to talk about this later, but when we want to do something, everything just like cooperate against you. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, as I was saying, I've earned 15 certificates from British Council courses and a total of 25 certificates. Yeah, because of the webinars from the British Council. Okay, I've lost count of other certifications I've achieved and even lost access to some because they were stored in ELT. Yeah, I could remember about 7 certificates. I have lost access to them because they were in my old phone. And I've lost that Google Pay account, so I could not get back to them. And they were like, I spent lots of effort with these courses. But anyways, I'm very happy to go through the experience. Yeah. Okay. And I never stopped learning. With AI, I learn at my pace, on my terms. The educator's experience. Now I'm an educator. As a teacher, AI has become my ally. I have conducted a workshop here in Port Sudan called AI is Your Ally. It's actually based on a webinar from the British Council called AI is Your Ally. And I've transformed it to Our Ally. So we won't be plagiarizing, but it was very amazing. Okay, I use it to plan lessons, generate. Okay, so this is the usage that I use every day for AI. Okay, I use AI for many things, including plan lesson, generate engaging activities, design inclusive content, and brainstorm fresh ideas. So yeah, really every day when I'm trying to design lessons, courses, I just get many help from ChatGPT, from DeepSeek, from powerful AI that could create brilliant presentation, including the one you were looking at. I just provide the text, and if you think this is good, you haven't seen the PDF because when I transformed it into a PowerPoint, it lost a little bit of that quality. But we could talk about this later, I guess. So. So it's good for planning lesson, generating engaging activities, designing inclusive content, and of course, brainstorm fresh ideas. Personally, it helps me adapt to students' diverse need more quickly and creatively. From lesson prep to course design, AI makes my work more efficient and more meaningful. Let's define AI in ELT, artificial intelligence. Okay, now we have some technical definitions. Refers to systems that mimic human abilities like learning, reasoning, and adapting. Okay, if we have a machine that could learn and reason, adapt, now we have ChatGPT that could speak with you in a voice mode, voice conversation mode. And if you give it a math problem, it would solve it, sometimes incorrectly, but this is the ability of reasoning. Sometimes we give the wrong reason, but we still say that humans, they do reason. So a lot of things that previously were associated with human now are done by machine. So we don't call them we don't call this natural intelligent or human intelligent. It's not. So we call it artificial intelligence. This is the definition. Let's say it again. Refers to systems that mimic human abilities like learning, reasoning, and adapting. Okay. An ELT, AI appeasing grammar checks, speech to text apps, translation tools, adaptive learning platforms, and the field of ELT, we can use it as a grammar checker tool. Very interesting, and it will help you like Grammarly. And some people find Grammarly very annoying. But for example, we students are using their phone and we can do nothing about it. So why couldn't we tell them to install these apps to get the writing improved? Why don't we encourage AI instead of being afraid of AI? I use AI to get a description of the photos, guys. Since I can't like see the photo of this meeting, if I took a screenshot and I'll ask you for your permission because this is something that related to, you've got to get the consent of people. If I took a photo, I'm going to get a vivid description of this photo and I'll share it in the ELT group so you can all get a sense of how this AI is really great. And we don't want to encourage abusing AI. I was hardworking even before AI, but AI made the journey more easy. So this is the idea. AI is your ally. It's not going to be you. So a lot of people are like very, very concerned, including myself, by the way. I have some concerns, and we all do, about AI. And let me tell you about the idea of virtual tutoring. Yeah. I got an exam. It was the last exam that I have in university. I didn't study because I was working. So when it's too late, I got like about 7 hours or 8 hours, and we have lots of things to do. I uploaded the PDF file to ChatGPT and say, I have an exam after 7 hours, and you are a very professional tutor. I want you to explain all the main points, tell it to me in a way that is easy for someone who's been hard working and working cannot like focus with you. But try to use jokes in make it very simple and memorable. So I got that, and I got all the main points, and I studied that. It's a big gamble, I know, but it technical jargons. I didn't know what they're talking about, but I was able to get my idea in the exam. So I was able to describe, I was able to explain, I was able to let the people know, or the examiner, the teacher. And by the way, we might have some of those right here with us. So I got my idea across, and I just the teacher met me after the exam and said that I like your style because you showed us how understanding is, because you didn't like just what they say, that you didn't just copy the definitions, because I already don't know the definitions, but you didn't copy the definition, but you gave me a good understanding. And I explained the story, and he is saying like, I got to look at this. So yeah, so in ELT, AI, I'm sorry, in grammar checkers, speech to text apps, translation tools, adaptive learning platforms, and virtual tutors. Yeah, this is the point. AI doesn't replace the teacher. It extends our capabilities and makes learning more inclusive and dynamic. The urgency, yeah, it's very urgent, by the way. Inclusive education ensures every learner, regardless of abilities, backgrounds, or environment, can fully participate in the learning process. And by the way, inclusion can be by words, inclusion can be by, there's no need just to stick inclusivity to technology or AI. I got lots of teachers who made me feel felt values. Let's say in the reading classes, everyone's supposed to read, but since I cannot read, I would be asked to summarize what I have understood from. And I was just saying like these people are just like reading and decoding information, but I have to understand, summarize. Yeah, that's. And by the way, when I did these readings, I did very well in an exam because I was remembering them from class. I would be very scared because the big task is waiting for me. So inclusivity doesn't mean you have to be soft. You have to be like so on. You have to be very how can I say it, very thoughtful, and you have to imply strategies to address diverse needs. And that includes differentiated instruction. I have attended also a webinar about differentiated instruction presented by dear Abel. I hope that if he's here. It was a brilliant one, and I just attended as a recorded YouTube video because I wasn't able to attend the real life. But I got many things to say. I wish I would attended the real one. Okay, inclusive education ensures every learner, as we said, regardless of ability, background, or environment could fully participate in the learning process. And I'm sorry, I have to check again. Is my voice still clear?
Yes, please. You've been heard. Please go ahead.
Yes. Okay, that's really good. So let's talk about for learners with disabilities, AI provide dignity, autonomy, and the power and empowerment. When applied intentionally, AI can bridge divides and create equity, where once there were only obstacles. Yeah, it can create um, equity, and there is a very big difference between equity and equality. Equality when you are trying to get things very equal. For example, giving the sighted student or the blind student a pencil, but equity when you give the blind student a screen reader because or a computer because they can type in different ways. The other students, the regular student, could use the normal toolkit, and you have to provide different tools for different learners. So we have to apply it intentionally so it can bridge divides and create equity instead of obstacles. Text to speech, oh my God, natural readers, voice dream readers. These are examples, but we don't have to contend with them. I have just conducted also a discussion in the teacher educators group for the BC. We talked about screen readers and talked about text to speech softwares, and people were like asking. And by the way, I did that after just breaking my fast. It was very, it was very rewarding experience. Couldn't stop because people were asking. It was very interactive session, and it was moderated by Blessing. Thank you from this place to watch what you did because I know that it's been really hard. So let's continue. We have text to speech and speech to text. What's the difference between TTS? That's text to speech. So when we're talking about text to speech, it's a device that I'm using now because I'm reading the slides, but you know that I can't see them. So because I'm using a TTS, that's text to speech, and AI innovated TTS because it's primarily an AI feature. But now there is a very clear voice with, let's talk about 11 Labs. If you never heard about 11 Labs, please go and download it. And nowadays you can clone your own voice. Imagine that if I just did that, instead of talking to you, it'd be like an AI. It wouldn't be fun, but we could have it read the slides and I could explain. So that's something you can expect in the near future. The idea of voice cloning or voice mimicking tools like 11 Labs, like there is bots on Telegram that could do short voice cloning. Like there's one called Mimic Me Parity. I'd like to share also with you the link so you can try it and have fun cloning your own voice. So TTS is not just gets the machine to read the text in a machine's voice. Now you can do it with your own voice. It's a very interesting for people who like to listen because we have 30% of the world uh, are listeners. So you have to also deal with these people and have to get them information the way they can learn best by listening. So it's very important. We have speech to text, the opposite of text to speech that converts your speech into text, like Google Voice typing, Google dictation. It converts your spoken audio into a written text. Very beautiful for people who want to get to write quick messages in no time. So and it works very well by especially with English. I have tried it, and now it works with other languages. We have Google dictation. Google dictation. Now we're talking about adaptive tools like Google. Sorry, like I think I have lost my place. Yeah, okay. So adaptive platforms, yeah, like Duolingo Max, Elsa Speak. So Elsa Speak is another program that uses AI to teach ESL and EFL learners how to speak via AI courses, and it's like a virtual tutor. And we also have Duolingo Max. Chat companions, ChatGPT, Replica. These are just two examples. We have DeepSeek, we have Copilot, we have Gemini from Google, we have Manus. I'd like to talk a lot about Manus because it's a general AI intelligence that can convert your text into visually appealing PDFs and presentations, and it can do many tasks. So you can just rely it to design cards, to design posters, to design, and so on. So these are AI transcription. Okay, we have Google Meet and Microsoft Teams. The transcription is very important. I use it a lot, especially when I don't want to spell things for my student. I'll tell them to turn on caption in Google Meet or in Teams. We also have this on Zoom, so we can turn your caption to get a transcription of the audios. This could be very, very transformative for deaf people, by the way, because they can join in meetings, yes, and they can read all the textual material and they can interact by text messages. So we can do that. Yes. This, of course, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, translation and reading aids. Google Lens. Okay. We have Google Lens. It's another way of reading. There is a feature of reading. Of course, in the past I couldn't read the blackboard, but nowadays, for example, any student can take a photo of the blackboard or a projector and gets there are many tools that could extract and read text for you in a high quality voice. So things are going very, very good. So I'm talking to you from my perspective. AI tools that foster inclusion, generate level appropriate reading material. So that's what we mean by personalized learning and prompts. Okay. So for example, you could say that I'm a first grader, and you could say that you could program an AI or by saying, for example, Mohammed is a first grader. Please teach him grammar, and you will let me interact with AI, and it will handle me from the perspective of being a first grader, and things will be very good. So the trust well, there are tools that could also translate classroom materials instantly. Okay, classroom instruction instantly. Especially in Africa, we have many, many languages. Talking about my place in Sudan, we have lots of tribes. We have people who their primary language is Arabic, and we have people who are not primary Arabic speakers, but we have Arabic and English as natural languages. So you can go and you can do very well with this, but sometimes you might need to um, get to know the culture, the language of the people that you are teaching so you can deliver better, right? Yeah. Yeah, provide personalized grammar feed. What? I think I have missed some point. So yeah, wait, have I missed some point, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mohammed.
And haven't I missed any point?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, so let's move on. As I said, translate classroom instruction instantly. Provide personalized grammar feedback, assist with student writing and brainstorming. All of these things can be done by AI. And you say we shouldn't use them. We should use them to strengthen and to support. Imagine if you could focus on the main thing and let AI does these things for you. And you can start small. You don't have to like go all in. You have to start small and build on that. Because personally, I do not use AI that much. I'm talking and promoting AI, but I don't use it that much. I use it where necessary. Adapt material, to visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learners. Yeah, so you have to use it in order to adapt it to these types of learning. Practical classroom application save time by automating lesson planning and access diverse teaching styles, and yeah, create inclusive learning resource. So if you are using AI in course and syllabus design. So these are the things that they can do from lesson planning to accessing diverse learning teaching style to create inclusive learning resources. I'm sorry because the screen reader is getting very fast. Use AI in course and syllabus design. Okay, now support students with real-time responses and adjustments. Empowering teachers with AI. So be mindful of privacy. It's a very important thing. The idea of cybersecurity, you have to be aware of privacy, these things, especially if you are teaching in an online setting or in general, because some AI use your input to train its algorithm so they can provide a better response. But sometimes people don't want that, so you have to be aware of this privacy. You have to be aware because the educators are the one who shape the generation, the one that inspires change. So if you are not aware how you're going to get the students, because they are, I don't know how to translate this in English, they are entrusted to you, so you have to be aware how to protect them. So be mindful of privacy, yeah, and data protection. Support digital literacy for both teachers and students. Very important idea. Avoid over relying on automation. This is the most important point. We have to avoid over relying on automation because certainly it's not a good thing. Preserve human interaction always. Choose tools that respect cultural and linguistic diversity. So as we're talking about culture and linguistic diversity, ensure AI tools are themselves insensible to all learners. Addressing challenges thoughtfully. Start small. Test one tool at a time. So here there are some advice. Let's start small. You don't have to, as I said, go all in and just use all of these applications. Start by voice cloning. Sit and look at the students while your voice clone explains the grammar and explains this the future continuous. I don't know what you're just sitting and listening with them. No, you have to preserve and maintain human interaction. You have to start small and test one tool at a time. Match AI tool to specific learning goals. Provide guidance and training on ethical use. Promote critical thinking about AI generated content. I'd like to talk about this because always AI would provide content that there's something wrong with that. This is my belief. So you have to edit, you have to look at this, and you have to um, promote the idea of critical thinking. So don't just use anything that AI throws at you. You have to, of course, evaluate, critically think about it. Why and why not? This is the idea. So we have to promote critical thinking about AI generated content. Prioritize accessibility and human connection in every tool we choose. Best practices for AI integration. A vision for inclusive ELT. My transformation from a student dependent on others. So this is a testament, and this is like something that proves this idea. My transformation from a student dependent on others to an independent learner, an inclusive educator, is made possible by AI. But it's not about tech for tech's sake. It's about it's not just about tech. So as I said, I was already doing well before AI, but AI just made things. It's about freedom. It's about making learning possible for everyone, everywhere. Yeah. Together, we can make classrooms where every learner thrive and every teacher is empowered. Okay. So here are some questions. What are some AI tools you have explored? Yeah. Have you explored in your teaching or learning? And we also have um, about the idea of concerns, because it's been all over the place. What hopes or concerns do you have about using AI for inclusion? How do we ensure no learner is left behind in this digital shift? I would like for us to please discuss this idea, and I hope that I was getting this within the time limit, because I know that when I get passionate, I talk too much. So let's take the time. Okay, so we can start. Yeah, I think that I have done well, because I could have done much worse, because I could have taken a lot of time if left alone. So please tell us what AI tools you've used. Do you have any hopes or concern with regard to inclusion? And I just answer these things and let's discuss. I'm very happy to hear from you, and I'm so grateful for you for giving me this chance and for listening. Thank you very much. Hello, guys. Are you listening?
Yes, we are listening.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
So,
listen.
so what do you think? Have you tried some AI tools? I'd like to listen to some experiences so it can help me like get a better idea. Maybe I'm just getting the good things. Sorry, I'm trying to listen to you.
Like preparing for lesson.
Mhm.
Yeah, AI is good for preparing for lessons. For giving for giving the learners, the creative way. To understand or to think out of the box, to create.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome presentation. I've used a reading coach to teach reading. It's an AI tool, and it affects me really so much. Where I have a test, I can generate a test for the students, bearing in mind their cultural backgrounds and all that level as well. Then they get to start reading. Any word they cannot read, once they click on it, if you show the picture of that word and of course its meaning. So you can see that it has helped the students to read and also help them to acquire a lot of vocabulary at their own level. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, what do you think about this blessing? I'm sorry to call you out of the box. It's like, what do you think about this in terms of your own uses of AI?
Yeah, it has helped me to unleash some of the potentials in my learners. It has also helped every child to strive, every learner to strive at his or her own level. And one good thing about it is that they learn at their own pace. You know, there's no stress. Okay, no I don't know the right word to use now, but it has really helped them to strive at their own pace. That's the most important thing about it.
All right. So, yeah, I'd like now to hand over to the guys. Thank you so much for like everything, and I would like to hand over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Mohammed. Since I will just have to take over from here. Letitia might be having some network issues at this time. Thank you very much for a very wonderful discussion, and all our participants for engaging in the dialogue. It's been great listening to your opinions and your various experiences and ideas on the use of AI. We have lots of responses in the chat. Yes, so many appreciation ongoing. And there's this question that you may want to take. Someone is saying, how do we humanize stuff retrieved from AI? Mohammed, I don't know if you want to say something about that in 1 or 2 seconds.
Yes,
How do
of course.
we humanize stuff? Yes.
Yeah, we can humanize the content that is generated by AI by editing it. As I said, you have to always critically think about what AI generates. You have to edit, think about what went right, and always try to improve it because AI itself is a work in progress. So,
Exactly. Thank you very much. Yes, so I think it's been a very interactive session. You've actually handled most of the questions that could come up regarding AI, and we've actually listened to our audience also shared their thoughts. Yeah, so thank you so much. But before we let you go, it's still Father's Day. We started by talking about Father's Day, and we heard from Abel and Chris. And before I let you go, I would also like to hear from you, Mohammed. What's your opinion about Father's Day, especially as a teacher, a trainer, educator? What's your opinion about the whole Father's Day events?
Yeah, first and foremost, I would like to greet all our fathers here for their day, and all our fathers to be. I liked a comment or a post that was in the Alta group. It says that like for the fathers to be. That is us, by the way. So for all our great fathers, I'd like to thank them for the great work they are doing. Thank them for their sacrifices, their all of these things that are not just all of these that we feel it as children. We feel the things that you're going through, and I'd like to greet my own supportive, very supportive dad who is always there and goes beyond the call of duty. He's not just a dad; he's a friend, and so every dad is to their children. So the idea is, I would like to say that as teachers, we also could take on the role of dads in order to mentor and inspire our students. So this is really a great day, and we should like we should just know stop to appreciate what dads are doing in our world, and we should. They don't want us to just thank them. They feel like they are doing their duty, but for us, it's a very immense work that they are doing by being there. By being, it's like a very very important day.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We can say thank you enough to all our wonderful fathers across the world. Yes, thank you for all you do. Yes, and we got that message from someone asking for the link to the voice cloning that Mohammed promised to send. Yes, Mohammed Saif is in the. Yes, you wanted to say something, Mohammed?
Yeah, the link to the voice cloning, yeah, actually a very long process, but there are many ways and tools. I could share some in the Alta group if you're there, it will reach you.
Exactly. Yes, exactly what I was going to say. That Mohammed is on the WhatsApp platform, so he will take his time to get those links for you, and he will be sharing it with us. And feel free to keep up the discussion on the group, ask questions, interact, share your opinion on what you have learned today. We really want to get your feedback on the WhatsApp platform. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And just to mention that this will be the last webinar before we see in Dar es Salaam next week. It's just next weekend. Yes, so it's finally here. And I hope you've packed your bags. I hope you are coming to Tanzania for the 9th Africa ELTA conference. I hope you all will be there. I'm hoping to see you all in person. Yes, so this will be the last webinar before our conference, and hopefully we get to have another conference in July. Please don't miss it. Sorry if we're not shortlisted for presentation. I see your message. You can also attend the conference, as a participant, and hopefully next time you get a chance for your presentation. Somebody says, come with your fine attire. Of course, there'll be a cultural exchange evening on the last day of the conference. So come with all your cultural attire, come looking your best, and yeah, see you in Dar. All right, thank you, everybody. And this is where we close the curtain for tonight. Yes, thank you. It's been wonderful having you all. Thank you to the PD team, Abel, Letitia, Grace. Thank you to our awesome presenter, Mohammed Saif. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And everyone, have a beautiful evening. Yeah, see you. Bye. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Karibuni Tanzania.
Yeah. Karibu sana. Thank you. Yeah, see you in
Una
that.
Matata. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah.